So quick tutorial on how to make payments on Kraken, right? Kraken is a very popular crypto exchange website. First thing you do is create yourself an account. It's just like any other website. You just use your email address and create yourself an account. The next thing you need to do is put some cash. Transfer some money into that account. So there's a couple of ways that you can do that. One of the ways is you can do a bank transfer like a wire. You can use PayPal, or you can link a bank account. Linking a bank account is nothing but just logging into your bank account, right? So I have already set up one of my Chase accounts, okay, and then I can basically use that linked bank account, and then I can just choose the money that I want to put into the crypto wallet. Okay, so I've deposited $300. Okay, and as you can see, the balance now shows us $300, right, which I have deposited, and I have $102 USDC, right? So the next thing you need to do is, if you're going to make a payment to somebody, right, you need to understand in what currency they want the payment, right? And some people take USDC, and some people take USDT, some people take XRP, some people even take Bitcoin, right? So let's say they want you to pay in USDC. USDC is nothing but, it's like an electronic version of the same dollar. It's pegged to the dollar, so it's the same amount of the US dollar. So basically, what you do is you just basically look for the asset and you just buy the asset. So for example, USDC. So if the person you want to make the payment want it in USDC, you buy the USDC, right? So let's say I already have 100 USDC, and let's say I want to buy some, right? So I can select the buy here, and I can choose the amount I want. Let's say I want to buy $100, and then I can just use the USD. This is basically using the money, $300 money that I put in, right? I just use I use the US dollar which I just put in, and then I can buy it. So the next thing is you would do is you would buy the dollar value which was in cash, right? Whatever money you put in cash. Now you buy the currency which you want to make the payment on, right? If someone wants you to pay it in USDC, you buy USDC. If someone wants you to pay it in XRP, you buy XRP. So in my case, one of the people that the payment that I want to make it in USDC, and I brought 400 USDC. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is you want to withdraw this USDC and put it to somebody. You want to make a payment to somebody's account, and then you click withdraw, right? Then I would say withdraw, and I would select the USDC, the currency which I want to make the payment on. Like I said, if someone wanted you to buy Bitcoin and make payments on Bitcoin, you would probably buy Bitcoin and then make the payment on Bitcoin, right? So in my case, I want to make a payment using USDC, so I have brought USDC. Then I select USDC, right? The next important thing is selecting the network that you want to make the payment on, right? So this is where it's pretty complicated. It's whoever you're making the payment, you need to always ask what network that they're using, right? So let me give you an example, right? So let's say, for example, you have a friend, right? And he tells you, can you Venmo $20, right? But you're not using Venmo, you're using Cash App, right? So you cannot send $20 cash using Cash App to Venmo. So you would need to use Venmo in order to send money to another Venmo account, right? So that's what basically the network is. the network is like basically selecting in what way, who's the middle person that will take that money from you and go and put it to that person's account. So y'all both need to be using the same network. So for example, so that's the next thing. So you need to find out what network they're using, whether they're using Ethereum, whether they're using Base. So, and when they give you that information, then you select the network that they told, that they said they are the network that they're using. So let's say most commonly is Ethereum, right? So the person I want to send the money uses Ethereum. So let's use Ethereum, and they would give you a hash key, right? Okay. You at the address that they gave. Okay, address of the hash key. You double check the hash key whether it's correct and whether it ends in F3. You can keep a nickname. Okay. You can. It's always best to send a quick $1 quick transaction just to check the address is correct. So they will give you a hash key. You just basically add that hash key in. Okay, and then you add a $1 quick $1 transaction, and you select the network that they told you to use, and then you review the payment. Okay, and then you basically confirm. Okay, so this will basically take the $1 from your USD and send that payment to the person that you wanted to send. And now you need to verify this transaction, right? So one of the ways you can verify this transaction, you can see the status of the transaction here, right? This is the hash key, and this is the transaction ID and all those details. So once this is successful, you can tell the person, here, I've sent the cash. Here, this much has been sent. Can you check whether you have received it? Okay, and then if they say they have received it, if they say they have received it, so you know the address is correct. So then only once you have confirmed that the person has received that cash at $1 transaction, then you can send the full dollar amount what you want. So because it is just it's just a safe way to double check so you don't make any mistakes. So you can see all your crypto transactions. So I said, I sent $1 and I got charged. So you can see I've sent $1 and Kraken charged me a 82 cents fee, right? And it says the status is successful. And when you click on the blockchain viewer, see that transaction. So it's successful, and in this hash shows what's my hash and the transaction hash, right? So the next thing you would do is, like, they would ask you to confirm the transaction, right? You just copy this and send it to them. Okay, for example, you have now sent the $1 to them, and they will say, "Can you just send me the hash to confirm so that they can confirm whether they have received?" So you just copy this, send it to them, and then they can confirm whether they have received the money or not, right? And if they say yes, and then you can make the full dollar payment. So this is the hash this is basically the transaction ID that says the transaction has successfully been sent from yourself to that person.